Hey guys, welcome to the 6th episode of DP Education. Today we're going to be doing GCSE Maths, rounding numbers and estimating. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, and also turn on notifications bell, so then you always get updated whenever we post. So guys, enough of me talking, let's get on to the video. Hey guys, and welcome to the 6th episode of DP Education. Today we're going to be doing some GCSE Maths. We're going to be doing rounding numbers and estimating. So let's get on to it. So we're going to start off with rounding numbers. When you're rounding numbers, remember there are two different ways of specifying where a number should be rounded to. So the first one are decimal places, and the second, significant figures. So we're going to be talking about decimal places. Decimal places, also abbreviated as D. P. You use to round a number to a certain decimal places. Pretty self-explanatory. So, to do so, you first need to identify the position of the last digit from the number of decimal places. By the way, when I'm saying last digit, I mean the last one in the rounded version, not the original number. Then look at the next digit to the right, called the decider. If the decider is 5 or more, then round up the last digit. If the decider is 4 or less, then leave the last digit as it is. There must be no more digits after the last digit, not even zeros. Okay, so now, we're going to be looking at an example. So, it says here, what is 7.45839 to two decimal places? So, the last digit of the rounded number would be 7.45, that's it. And then the decider is therefore 8 because it's right after the last digit. Because the decider is 5 or more, you round up the last digit so it becomes 7.46 instead of 45. Just a quick mention. So if you have to round a number up a 9 to 10, you want to replace the 9 with a 0, then carry the 1 to the left. Remember to keep enough zeros to fill the right number of decimal places. So, to two decimal places, 4.5.699 would be rounded to 45.70. And 64.996 would be rounded to 65.00. So now, we're going to be looking at significant figures, abbreviated as S.F. So, the method for significant figures is identical to that for decimal places, except that locating the last digit is a bit more difficult. It wouldn't be so bad, but for the zeros. So, the first significant figure of any number is simply the first digit, which is in a 0. Then the rest of the significant figures, so second, third, fourth, etc., follow immediately after the first, even if it's a 0, or not zeros. And then, after rounding the last digit, end zeros must be filled in up to, but not beyond the decimal point. So, let's look at an example. So, for example, here, the first one is 54.7651 to three significant figures. So, the first significant figure would be 5 because it's the first digit, which is in a 0. So, and then the second and third follow straight after. So, 5, 4, 7 are the first three significant figures. And because the decider, the one after the last digit, is over 5, or is 5, 6, it means that you round up the last digit by 1, so 54.8. The rest are the exact same. Just keep doing that with that. And you could try a few of these examples yourself without looking at the examples. So let's move on. Using the things that we've learnt so far, we're going to be looking at estimating calculations. Estimating is something that most people can do immediately, so we'll move on straight to an example. Therefore, I can show it to you easier. So let's say you had to estimate the value of 127.8 plus 41.9 all over 56.5 times 3.2. You want to round to the nearest 10. So in this example, it's 130 plus 40 over 60 times 3 instead of the first calculation. It makes it look a lot neater. So 130 plus 40 is 170, and over 180 is approximately 1. So you can round again. Now that comes out to be a much easier result than what you would have got. Now example 2 is the same thing. I'll just leave it on the screen. Pause it if you really need more help. Okay, let's move on. So, the harder part of estimation is estimating square roots. So, first you want to find two square numbers, one either side of the number you're given. And then you want to decide which number is closest to, and make a sensible estimate of the digit after the decimal point. So here it says, estimate the value of square root 87 to one decimal place. So, the two squares next to 87 are 81 and 100. And 87 is closer to 81 than it is to 100. Therefore, its square root would be closer to 9. So, square root 87, we can approximate to be 9.3. It looks like it. Well, the actual value of root 87 is 9.32737, etc. So, I'd guess this is a reasonable estimate. So guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.